Hey guys, and welcome back to Neptune's Child Tarot. My name is Monique, and this is my second tarot channel here on YouTube. Thank you guys so much for your continued love and support here on the channel. So today's pick a card reading, we are looking at what messages your dreams are trying to give to you. Okay, what messages are your dreams trying to give to you? We do have 3 crystals here. Today, pile number 1, you are going to be this citrine. For pile 1, pile number 2, you are going to be the amazonite. And then pile number 3, you are going to be this red hematoid quartz crystal. So I am going to be pulling our tarot for you guys. For those of you that like to watch that process, I will have a timestamp down below for you guys that want to choose with your pile already prepared and put together with the crystal on top of it. So you can jump to that timestamp if you already feel drawn to one of these crystals here. But I am going to add in one of those cards right now so you can maybe have or make a selection based off of the card here. So let's get a card spirit for messages their dreams are trying to give to them. So what messages are your dreams trying to give to you? Okay, so this is going to be for pile 1. We have the Sweat Lodge, and I will give you guys a closer look at that. So let's see, pile 2. What messages are your dreams trying to give to you? Okay, so we have the Curse for pile number 2. And then pile number 3. What messages are your dreams trying to give to you? Pile 3. What messages are your dreams trying to give to you? We're going to take this back one here. Okay, so we have the giveaway for pile number 3. So let's take a closer look at these cards. Pile number 1, you have the Sweat Lodge. Pile 1. And then pile number 2, you have the Curse. And then pile number 3, we have the giveaway. Okay, so you may feel drawn. You can choose based off of the crystals or off of the artwork, maybe a specific number. Pile 1 is number 54. Pile number 2 is card number 14. And then card number 3 is number 23. Okay, so however you feel you want to choose based off crystals, artwork, the word, maybe something that's intriguing to you, or even the number that's here. So like I said, we are going to be pulling all of the oracle cards for you guys. So if you want to watch that process, you're more than welcome to. Otherwise, you can go ahead and jump to the timestamp for your pile all put together with the crystal, or you can jump straight to your reading. The timestamps will be down pinned to the comments as well as in the description box, and I will see you guys at your reading. Okay, so let's put these piles together for you guys. So again, our message is, or I'm sorry, our picker card is, what messages are your dreams trying to give to you? And I may have to, with some of the cards that I'm using today, I may have to go in and check to make sure that the artwork is okay for YouTube. Let's see. So let's see, pile 1. What messages are your dreams trying to give to you? What messages are your dreams trying to give to you? Okay, that is for 1. What messages are your dreams trying to give to you? That's just one. What messages are your dreams trying to give to you? Okay, that is for pile number 3. Let's see. What messages are your dreams trying to give to you? That's 1, 2, and I think this one is going to be 3. What messages are your dreams trying to give you? 2, 3. What messages are your dreams trying to give you? 1, 2. What messages are your dreams trying to give to you? That's for 3. And I will have all of the tarot and oracle decks listed down below for you guys in the description box in case you're interested and want to purchase these decks. I believe all of the ones I'm using today are available on Amazon. That is 2. And this one is 3. So what messages are your dreams trying to give you? What messages are your dreams trying to give to you? 2. For pile 3, what messages are your dreams trying to give to you? Okay. What messages are your dreams trying to give you? And then we have one more after this one and we're all set. Okay. And then our last one. What messages are your dreams trying to give to you? Pile 1. Pile 2. And then pile number 3. What messages are your dreams trying to give to you? Okay, so, and we will be pulling the tarot after we look at your oracle cards. So that is for 1. That is going to be for pile 2. And then this one for pile 3. Okay, so now our piles are all put together. Pile number 1, this one is going to be yours here with the Sweat Lodge and the Citrine. And then pile number 2, this is yours here with the Curse with the Amazonite. And then pile number 3, this is yours here with the Giveaway with the red hematoid quartz. Pause the video if you need a little bit more time, and I will see you guys at your reading. Hi Pile 1, so those of you that resonate with the Sweat Lodge and the citrine crystal, this is going to be your reading today. So let's find out what messages your dreams are trying to give you. And I did have to cover up a couple of your cards with the artwork to make sure that it was YouTube friendly. So let's take a look. We have your Sweat Lodge here. We have the cave with retreat. Okay. We have card number 29 with remembrance, remembering love, loss, and also healing. We have the hound and pair with loyalty. We have the fire fairy, card number 30, with creative action and optimism. We have the spiral dancer with circuitous route or route with perception, card number 5. Electric eel spirit, bring your ideas to life. Let's try to get all of these in here. We also have Earth Spirit, card number 14, with stability. And then we also have, I believe that is 51, with Yi, the sun. Okay. So the first thing that I notice is these two cards here, but then I'm also seeing the Earth Spirit here. So if you notice with the cave, it is very dark in that little area there. And there's all of this energy that's kind of circulating around the cave. And then also with the Sweat Lodge, it almost looks like she's going into the middle of the earth. And oddly enough, both of these cards are talking about entering into the womb of Mother Earth for a retreat, for rest. And I feel like keeping in mind that not everyone has the access to, you know, go to a sweat lodge or go into a cave for a little retreat. This can be something that you do as simple as, you know, staying at home and kind of, I will say, if you're not afraid, if you're not afraid of the dark, but doing a little type of meditation for yourself where you sit in the dark, maybe with just a candle, right? Just having a candle lit and just kind of doing that meditation in the stillness, in maybe for some of you, if you don't mind the darkness, and just kind of sitting with that and really kind of going within the self. For others of you, this can be a retreat or a rest in that you take a little vacation, you go and get a massage, you know, something that allows you to be able to relax. But I feel more or less the message for this is that as you are kind of, in a sense, entering into Mother Earth's womb, that you are kind of taking some time to go within the self. And then we also have the Earth Spirit here too. So the three of these here, to me, are talking about that energy of the earth. And I feel like that's more or less for you in terms of you having a little bit of a getaway, time to focus on you. Like I said, retreating into a spa, getting a massage. It could go taking like a relaxing sea salt bath. It's really talking about your soul craving quiet time, rest, and to be able to kind of take this rest without guilt, without worrying about other people, and just kind of giving that time back to you. Because I'm looking at the spiral dancer here and looking at how she's got this little ball of energy that's kind of here that's going into like a circle. And so to me, in a way, this is symbolic for you taking that rest, which kind of reminds me a lot of the hermit energy within the tarot, where we do a little retreat, we take some time for reflection, introspection, go within the self, because to me, this is about the next step on your journey. So I am feeling that it's almost like your dreams are giving you messages about an upcoming shift that is taking place along your path. And so there is a need for that pause and a break so that you know and feel guided by your intuition, your heart, your soul of what is coming next for you. And so I feel like it's important that we're taking time to really ground the self. And that could even be because you do have the card of remembrance here with remembering, love, loss, and healing. And so it could either be that you're doing this healing in this retreat type of energy, right? And I look at this symbolically as both of these cards, like I said, are talking about entering into the womb of Mother Earth, right? Which is spending time, grounding yourself in nature. Like I said, not everyone has the ability to go into a cave, if you live close to some beautiful areas, of course you might have that opportunity, like even going into a sweat lodge, like if you go to some type of spiritual type of thing where you actually have that. And actually in the sweat lodge, they're sitting in darkness and there is a little fire that's there. So that's kind of where I was getting the whole sitting in the dark. And it could be something that you do within your home, where you feel comfortable and just kind of light some candles and just kind of sit with that. Or even sitting in the backyard, right? Without none of the backyard lights turned on, but just kind of maybe like around a fire pit or something like that, where you are able to just kind of allow your mind to kind of go to a very meditative state and just kind of allow whatever messages need to come to you. Because I'm noticing that you have a retreat here, you have rest, right? You have the grounding earth energy here. And like I said, for some of you, it could be that you're taking this time for rest and you're doing your healing here. Because to me, this is about something about your destiny, like leading you onto the next step of your journey, the next path, the next shift. And in this time, you could be doing healing work, right? That needs to take place in order for you to, say, take that next step on your journey. There are things that, in a sense, are not meant to come with you, things that you're not meant to take with you moving forward. So we're releasing these things in the past, right? We're letting these things go. And in this space, I feel like you also have the electric eel spirit here, and it says, bring your ideas to life. And then you also have creative action and optimism. And I feel like it's because these tools, if you will, are needed for this next step of your journey and that path opening up to you in this quiet space of meditation. So you've spirit kind of like through your messages, in your dreams, it's like spirit's urging you to rest because there is a very big, important next step on your path. And it could involve healing. Okay, it could involve healing. It could involve creativity, but this can also be something that takes place in this meditative retreat type of energy where you allow in this quiet space, you allow this creativity to flow so that you know where to kind of set and focus your intention on, in a way, weaving the next steps on your path. Okay. I'm also getting, for some of you, with the hound and the pair, we have loyalty. And so the hound is, right, the dog is a symbol of loyalty. Pairs are also a symbol of tenderness, gentleness, affection. And we know that pears are just like that one fruit that we have to be very careful with, because if we're rough with them, they get bruised, right? So this is, maybe there's a time for you to, take a retreat here so that you can be kind and gentle to yourself, right? You give back to yourself, take better care of yourself. It could be a message that Spirit is wanting you to do that, or to even work on some creative ideas and bring those to life in this next phase, if you will, because we have the sun energy here, which is masculine. It is also your power, your vitality, your life force. And that may be something that's happening as you're restoring here. You're restoring this energy that's going to be very much needed for this next step on your path. And so I feel like Spirit's saying here, maybe you need a little bit of a rest, a little bit of a retreat, because this next, let's just say the next leg of your journey requires you to kind of be at optimal peak type of energy for you to be able to plan out, what your destiny is, or leading you towards your destiny, right? To be able to be prepared even, right? Because with our path and our journey, it is not something that is linear. We also know that there can also be challenges that we might face on our path. And so it's kind of like Spirit wanting you to kind of really take that time to ground. Now, some of you may even already kind of feel called to spending more time in nature, and nature can be something that is incredibly restorative, incredibly healing. It could be maybe even if going hiking is something for you that just feels good, and you feel very connected to the outside, being outdoors, and just kind of releasing a lot of energies that you're holding on to. Okay, so I'm definitely seeing this as your dreams are trying to give you these messages about this next step on your path, this next step on your journey. And let's just say that this is like a little bit of a pit stop where you release some things, right? Whatever this is, you have love, loss, and healing. So maybe for some of you, it's if you've ever lost a family member, a friend, a romantic partner, someone who is incredibly important to you, maybe even a cat, a dog, other animals, and being able to kind of grieve, properly, and allow yourself to be released of that energy. Because like I said, I'm kind of getting this feeling here that you reclaiming your power, in a sense, is going to be something that is very much needed for this next step on your journey, and requires you to be completely focused in that masculine energy to keep yourself disciplined, grounded, in order to take decisive action for this next step, right? Because I'm feeling a lot of creative energy here with optimism, creative action, and bringing these ideas to life. Okay. And I'm noticing that this is card number 14 here too, which is the Temperance card, which is all about balance, harmony, right? So it can be a very restorative energy that Spirit's wanting you to kind of take on. Okay. I'm also getting this as Spirit wanting you to remember to take care of you, right? You may be someone who's busy kind of helping other people, healing other people, or even, focusing on, say, other things aside from yourself, your dreams, your goals. And so this gives you a little bit of that reset to really help yourself. Some of you with the Hound and the Pair, because this card is also talking about loyalty and friendship. So some of you may even have started to make new friends, or are already in the process where you've already connected with some, and that friendship is something that is starting to flourish here. It could even be that this next part of your journey, you could be meeting some very important people, and maybe for some of you, this is part of your soul tribe. It could be something that is going to bring about a lot of very beautiful, very powerful energy. Some of you could be called, to network with people who are very like-minded, or to spend time with people who even inspire you creatively. And I feel like a lot of this has to do with your purpose, your soul's purpose here as well. I feel like it's a super beautiful energy. I'm actually wanting to read the message with this card before we move on to pulling a bit of your tarot. And this is from the Mystical Shaman Oracle. Okay, so let's see. Where is 54? Okay. So we have the Sweat Lodge represents the womb of Mother Earth. Volcanic stones are heated in a fire outside. then brought it to the lodge and placed in a shallow hole in the center. Participants sit in a complete darkness around the red-hot stones to sweat away old habits and beliefs and heal disease. When you return humbly to the womb of the mother, you are offered second chances. The invitation says this is a time to journey inward into the dark and hidden places of your soul to reconnect with the ancient earth wisdom. You can also create a sacred and intimate space in the dark by lighting a candle. Observe what emerges without judging it. Invite it to bring you its gifts. You are being offered an opportunity to shed and heal from the aspects of your life you have outgrown. Do not worry that you will be consumed by the process. The medicine for this says life is offering you a second chance. Take it. Since this chance may not come your way again for a while, Mother Earth is calling you into her womb and inviting you to incubate as long as needed for a spiritual rebirth. Gift yourself time to be with your darkness, your fears, your pain, and your seeds of beautiful potential until you come out the other side free, wise, and full of creativity. Okay? So it's a very, very beautiful energy. And the one with the cave is kind of like a very similar message about you being in nature, being in, for some of you, like I said, you might not have the opportunity to do that, but you can do that in the backyard. You can do it in the home. You can do it, whatever is relaxing for you, in a sense that you are taking time for you to have that little bit of retreat, right? A little bit of sanctuary for yourself. It could even be like if you have like a little altar in your home or somewhere that you can really kind of shut out the external chatter of people around you, and be able to kind of focus on you, get away, like I said earlier, little bit of tranquility. It also helps you to learn to live in the present, right? Live in the present and allow even these ideas to be created, right? So some of you may have already, manifested a lot with where you're at on your path right now. And it's kind of like Spirit saying, okay, we've come this far. Now it's time to take a little break and let's figure out what we're creating next, right? Let's figure out and tune into the intuition and the heart space with where, in a sense, Mother Earth is calling you next, right? Where is your soul calling you next on your journey? Where you allowing that time for a rest and a break allows this creative energy to flow through you, right? So then you gain that insight, that awareness, that enlightenment, which is also something that happens in the Hermit energy within the tarot, right? We take time for ourselves, we withdraw from people, and we take time to go inwards, where we find answers that we seek, right? By choosing solitude. Okay, so let's see. And maybe for some of you, you're having a lot of stuff come up for you, right? Maybe a lot of memories, a lot of things from your past, maybe having dreams about certain people. And I feel like, in a sense, these things are the ones that you're going to release here, right? You're in a way purging with the sweat lodge, right? Because this is talking about removing, things out of our energy. And so some of you can be having maybe even those of you that have had family members pass away. You could be having people visit you in your dreams, spirits, right? Trying to connect with you. And it could be that they're trying to help you to, get grounded here, I feel like, so that you are prepared, I feel like, for this next step on your journey. So let's see here. Pile number 1. What messages are your dreams trying to give you? What messages are your dreams trying to give you? Pile 1. Okay, so we have the 2 of Pentacles. What messages are your dreams trying to give you? We have, look at that. We have got the 5 of Cups in reverse. This is releasing pain. This is healing. This is very deep healing, right? And that could be something with the 2 of Pentacles energy here, because there's changes that are taking place on your path, okay? So the 2 of Pentacles is about balance. It's about harmony. It's about kind of restoring balance or keeping balance. There could be, like I said, changes that are going to need to be made with these ideas and inspiration that kind of come in for you. It's also about you learning to prioritize yourself. Okay? The Five of Cups is where we are feeling pain, loss, grief, shame, holding on to a lot of very heavy feelings. And so the Five of Cups in reverse is us being able to release all of that. Okay? So what messages are your dreams trying to give to you? Pile number 1. Maybe it's like giving you a message that, hey, there's more healing work to do, right? There's more healing to do. Especially if you're kind of distracted with life and you don't really think about those things. And you might have a dream about someone. And that can be kind of like this indication that this wound is still here, right? This wound is something that might need attention. You could even be having dreams about doing something in the future. Like you have like this whole other life. And maybe this is kind of Spirit's way of saying, hey, it's time to create your own magic in, the 3D. So what messages are your dreams trying to tell you, give you? 6 of Wands. What messages are your dreams trying to give you? And some of you may even be clearing a lot of this energy, even in the dream state. Okay, clearing karmic energy. What messages are your dreams trying to give you? We have the 3 of Wands. Yeah, something definitely about, yeah, look at that. We've got the Wheel of Fortune here. The Wheel of Fortune is talking about your destiny. Okay, your path ahead. The 3 of Wands is about foresight. It's planning. It's about you taking that first step, creative, inspired action, and, creating the life that you truly want, right? Maybe some of you have a lot of ideas that you want to create. And okay, it's like now Spirit's saying, okay, because you might even have ideas that come to you in the dream state. And Spirit's wanting you to take the time to actually put forth the energy towards them. Right? Because it could even be something that creates even a lot of financial stability for you in that it's leading you towards your destiny. Okay. I am seeing the 3 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So for some of you, it could very well be business. I'm seeing the Page of Pentacles right underneath that. It could be business, starting a new creative project, planning for your future. Okay. Could be something here. And the 3 of Pentacles can also be about networking, connecting with other people. You've got the 4 of Swords again. Another energy of rest, reflection, okay? To clear your mind so that you are able to kind of, see what is next on your path. Where is my destiny leading me? Is basically kind of what this is. So it's kind of like a need for you to really pay close attention to what messages those dreams have, right? What am I creating here? And so sometimes we can have dreams and we don't quite understand, like, what is Spirit trying to say to me, right? So taking that time for a little break and let those answers come to you, okay? So I'm feeling that Spirit is kind of like, in a way, urging you to rest. Take some time. Meditating, those of you that like to meditate, if you have and you're fortunate enough to live in nature, spend time in a forest, go spend time at the beach, a lake, a river, somewhere here, but it's like that's an invitation in a way, like Mother Earth in a sense calling you to nature, right? To keep you in that energy so that you can take that time that's needed for you to give back to you. Because with the 6 of Wands energy here, I'm feeling that there is something here that you're meant to create with this Page of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune that is going to give you some type of serious recognition with that 6 of Wands. That is about victory, accomplishment, reward, being able to overcome things, being able to accomplish things. And this could be you receiving the recognition you truly deserve, right? Maybe with a specific talent or skill or something that you have. Many of you with the 3 of Pentacles, this can be feeling called to take these creative ideas and to open your own business or to network with other people, meeting and connecting with friends, the right people that are going to help you to lead you towards your destiny. It could even be that these new people that you meet could be ones that help to inspire creative energy within you, right? But if you're not feeling grounded and not living in the present, even if someone says something to you, you might not truly fully grasp, let's just say, what they're saying, or, you know, the way in which spirit is kind of delivering these messages through other people specifically for you, right? So I'm feeling that this is going to be a very important next phase for you within your life. And so these messages that spirit has for you are to take a rest, take a break, retreat, don't feel guilty, because this next part of your path, you are creating something beautiful, amazing, and I'm feeling that it's going to bring a lot of abundance for you. This is something that I feel like is your birthright. It's your destiny to be able to create this. Some of you, it can even be writing. I'm noticing how she's got a little book here. I could even be writing a book for some of you. Like I said, some of you starting a business, receiving some type of recognition here for something that you do. Maybe for some of you, it's healing. Maybe you are a healer. Yes, but there's a lot of beautiful creative energy, and I'm just feeling it's like this invitation. So you may even, let's just say you have this urge when you wake up and you feel called to a specific destination, like I have to visit there. I have to go there. I don't know what it is, but something about that place is calling to me, right? So it's really, you know, spirit's way of, for some reason, and maybe it's you're feeling called to a specific place because you're meant to heal something there, right? Maybe you're meant to heal something. So some of you may feel very much called to retreat, to just relax, rest. In a sense, like I said, it's helping you to kind of reclaim your power by releasing things from the past, right? Old beliefs, anything that is not in alignment, because this next step on your journey, heading towards that wheel of fortune, which is your destiny, ultimately, right? Not everything can come with you, right? We don't want to bring the past with us. We want to align with this energy perfectly and allow things to just kind of flow into our life, okay? Blessings, things that you are very much deserving of, okay? So I'm going to leave this here for you, pile number 1. I do hope this was helpful for you guys, and I will see you in the next reading. Hi, Pile 2. So those of you that resonated with the Cursed card and the Amazonite, this is going to be a reading today. So we are looking at what messages your dreams are trying to tell you. And I did have to cover up, I believe it's only one of your oracle cards for the YouTube new policies that they have. But we have the Curse. And when I saw this card come out, when I was shuffling, I was like, oh no, I wonder how many people are going to not want to choose this pile but maybe for some of you choosing this, maybe it's you've been having maybe some bad dreams, some nightmares, or even, you know, some weird, odd things that are kind of, maybe you're experiencing in your dreams. So we're going to look at that. We have birth with renewal. Maybe for some of you, it's even like past lives. Okay, so we have the Enchanted Fern with Grotto. I'm sorry, Enchanted Fern Grotto with Refuge. We have the High Priestess with Discernment, Prescience, Prophecy, and also Vision. And I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Prescience or prescience, prescience, I'm not sure. Okay, so let's see. We also have Peacock Spirit with Let It Shine. We have Artemis with Focus. We have the High Lady of Love and Compassion with Reverence, Kindness, and also Consideration. We have Crystalline with Energy, Wonder, Alive, and Beauty. And then you also have the Beaver and Birch with Home. Okay, so what messages are your dreams trying to tell you? And I feel like I want to start off with this one because it might be kind of like rather ominous for some of you. But like I said, maybe some of you are having some weird, crazy dreams and you're just trying to figure things out with them. So this is from the Mystical Shaman Oracle. And I am going to hold, normally I put the back the book with the page open. But some of the messages in this oracle deck are a little out there, so I might have to just make sure that I'm keeping them, if anything that's said is not appropriate. So, okay, so the essence of the card says the curse refers to the limiting stories of our ancestors and the karma from former lifetimes that preordains the events in our lives. It is the source of negative patterns and can show up as disease, destructive force, or a blockage on our creative energy. The curse holds us hostage to a false story that we confuse for reality. Recognizing the original wound that is playing out in your life can heal it. It is time to recognize the source of your limitations. Did your grandparents live with a mindset of scarcity? Did you inherit genes for heart disease? This karmic legacy is ready and waiting to be seen, to be untangled, and to be released. Honor the players and their stories. Forgive everyone and everything. Craft a new life course for yourself. It's also asking you to be aware of your actions, right? So that we're not creating karmic debt or karma that sooner or later we might have to deal with, right? Down the road. Okay, so it's also asking you that this is a time to kind of clear that karmic energy. And so being that you also, I just noticed, you guys also have the High Priestess here, which is about prophecy, visions. It's that connection into the spirit world, the spirit realm. So some of you may even be having like some profound psychic dreams, that maybe some of you don't understand them, or, it could be that things are very clear for you in it. Okay. But I feel like the important thing here is you're clearing karmic energy. You are healing in a sense, maybe even through the dream state. Maybe you're kind of watching things in your dreams. Like if you have dreams about, let's just say you have in the 3D, you have a friend that you had a falling out with. Okay, you had a falling out with this friend in the 3D. And then in your dream state, that you're dreaming about them and you guys are talking and you guys are, getting along well, or you could even be arguing or fighting in the dream, right? Or it can even be like if you have a dream about an ex-partner or a current situation that you've got going on with someone else. And there is, I feel like in a way your dreams are trying to help you to work through any of those maybe karmic patterns of behavior, or to clear anything, maybe even for those of you that feel maybe even you have past lives with certain people that are in your 3D life. So at the end of the day, this energy is trying to help you, or the dreams are trying to help you and give you messages maybe about clearing certain mindsets, beliefs, right? Things that are kind of holding you back in the 3D. Okay, so the refuge here to me is about you taking a little bit of a pause or break to even take a look at what current belief systems, self-limiting beliefs that you have, maybe even self-sabotaging patterns of behavior that you might have, that you are working on healing. Because you do also have birth and renewal here. And so to me, this is you releasing yourself from whatever this is for you. Something that in a way like this is saying it's keeping you hostage. Okay, so there's renewal here, refuge, renewal. Maybe it's your dreams are trying to help you to, remove yourself away from people, away from situations that are creating not such great energy. Okay, maybe it's also giving you a warning here, because with the High Priestess card, we also have discernment. Okay, so some of you can even be a warning of certain people around you. Maybe some of you that might find yourself in karmic relationships or in karmic cycles with certain people. And you might have, like I said, a dream about an ex-partner, which is like a perfect example. You have a dream about this ex-partner and you haven't talked to this person in like 2 or 3 years. And all of a sudden you're dreaming about them and you're thinking, what does this mean? Like, should I reach out to this ex? Does this ex still have feelings for me? Do I still have feelings for them, right? So it's not so much meant that you are supposed to obsess and kind of, go back to said ex, but I feel like it's more or less that you're maybe your dreams are trying to help you to release yourself from any of those patterns of behavior that maybe you've had with specific karmic energy. Maybe it is, karmic situations that you've had. So I feel like in a way it's asking you or telling you here with the discernment to be careful, right? Maybe you're having a dream about someone and you're like, I don't even know why. It could even be a warning that spirit is trying to give to you. So yeah, to me, the refuge here, the birth and renewal is that renewal. I feel like in a sense that you are releasing whatever this is. Okay. It could even be that you're having prophecies or visions, especially for those of you that have like your super psychic spidey senses turned on, and you could be having certain visions, right? About things that kind of play out in life. And this could be spirit saying, hey, there's going to be this situation that comes up. And when it happens, be discerning with it. Okay, to be aware, to have awareness of that, right? So that you can kind of see, in a sense, beyond the veil of illusion, that some situations that you might have with family members, with friends, with romantic partners, may be tests that you are, like, spirit is trying to help you to get past, right? So that you're able to see things clearly. I feel like as well, there's this rebirth, renewal that you're having by being able to release certain things. And you also have crystalline with energy, wonder, alive, and beauty, right? And let it shine here. So a lot of these are very beautiful, vibrant energies in that you have the High Lady of love and compassion, reverence, kindness, consideration. You have this beautiful energy here. And looking at how that peacock's heart is illuminating this beautiful light outward, okay? And I'm feeling like as you are kind of clearing these blockages in a sense, like for some of you, this is spirit saying creativity might be blocked, right? So when you can kind of bring balance into your own energy and feel much more stable, much more grounded, you begin to feel more alive. You begin to feel kind of like your own energy kind of radiating outward. Okay, so maybe it is, if you recognize that there are certain things that are kind of coming up in your dreams, it's like spirit's wanting you to take notice on what those are and maybe even work towards healing those things within the 3D, right? Especially if there's ones that are creating any type of blockages around your heart chakra, okay? For you to kind of help yourself to remove those or to focus on clearing and healing those so that those energies are not ones that are keeping your, let's just say, your heart light from illuminating, right? And opening yourself up to love, unconditional love, or even finding love, or even having love for something, meaning that you love your career. You love something about what you're creating, okay? So I feel like, because you also have home here as well. And to me, that is an energy of stability, of security, right? And you have focus here. So I mean, to me, this could be a focus of you taking things and removing things out of your life, or even focusing on what is truly important to you without the, in a sense, curse of the ancestors, right? The things and patterns of behaviors that they may have had that may be creating self-limiting beliefs for you, or even karmic cycles that you're clearing for the ancestors, okay? So that you kind of have your own energy back, right? You can allow your own soul's light to shine, to illuminate on the things that are truly valuable to you versus keeping yourself stuck in a cycle. So it's kind of like spirit's message to you could be trying to help you, to encourage you to focus on what things are happening within your subconscious mind and really help you to kind of clear out the clutter, to be able to focus on the things that are truly important to you, right? To create more stability, more grounded energy, I feel like, within your life. Okay, so let's look at your tarot now. And we'll see here. Pile number 2. What messages are your dreams trying to give to you? And it could be even surrounding your, your next actions. Maybe to even be more loving and compassionate towards yourself or even towards others. What messages are your dreams trying to give to you? Pile number 2. We have death, okay? And that is about transformation. It's also about ending. So you could be ending something here, right? Whether it is certain belief systems, right? Anything that is restricting you or holding you back. It could even be letting go of things, like I said, that are not really in alignment for you, but that is transformation. What messages are your dreams trying to give to you? Pile 2, 7 of Wands. Some of you might even be kind of like battling things in your dreams. You know, battling, fighting. The 7 of Wands is a very, maybe even defensive type of energy. So some of you might even be like having very challenging dreams. But the 7 of Wands is about perseverance. It's also about standing your ground. It's about perseverance. It's about learning how to set healthy boundaries with people, with relationships, with connections, with friendships. It's also about not backing down, right? When there's something that you are wanting to bring about within your life, it is not you not being afraid, right? Let's just say that one of the ancestor beliefs that you have is about scarcity, okay? And you're too afraid to do something, right, for yourself. And the 7 of Wands is helping you to kind of move past it, okay? To move past whatever is seemingly a challenge for you, but for you to not back down from what it is that you're truly trying to bring about within your life. What messages are your dreams trying to give to you, pile number 2? We have the 2 of Pentacles. And so to me, that is also about you creating more balance, more harmony within your life, and maybe even changes that are necessary in order to make that happen. You have the 9 of Wands energy here. So some of you with the 9 of Wands could have been putting forth a lot of your energy, time towards something. And the 9 of Wands we can feel very tired. We can feel very drained, kind of like we want to give up. But the 9 of Wands is also a card of resilience. Okay? It's also about us learning to step outside of the comfort zone. Okay? And really kind of move towards the things that we are wanting to create without the limitations. Okay. We also have the Moon. Okay. So the Moon is about our fears, our anxieties, doubts, uncertainty, anything that's kind of happening within our subconscious, right? So subconscious fears, blocks, clouded judgment, confusion, illusion, right, is what's happening here with the Moon energy within the subconscious mind. So that can be tied into these things here that this mystical shaman oracle was talking about, of things from past, right? Things from maybe your past lives, or even ancestors, right? That you are learning to break free from, okay? To kind of keep going, transformation here, and letting go, I feel like, of those maybe very deep insecurities that might be there. So let's take a look at that actually. Why is the Moon here? Right? Because your 2 major arcana here, you have the Death card and the Moon. The Death being transformation, endings, and then the Moon energy is all of the things that are not illuminated, the things that are deeply hidden. This can even be suppressed feelings and emotions that you have. That are hidden beneath the surface that you're needing to purge and clear, right? And remove out of your energy so you feel more grounded, right? Things that maybe even have been draining your energy for some of you. Why is the Moon energy here? Right? Because we can have things happening to us subconsciously and not even realize that they are bothering us within the 3D. So we have the 3 of Wands here. Why is the Moon here? We have the King of Wands in reverse. Why is the Moon here? And then we have the 6 of Cups. Look at that. That is past memories. Okay? Some of you, it can even be over I'm seeing a fire sign energy here. Doesn't have to be. But for some of you, this can even be over a past partner. For some of you, the 6 of Cups is talking about past memories, nostalgia that you're holding on to. And that could even be something that's kind of been holding you back. That Six of Cups can also represent childhood. Okay, childhood memories that are kind of stuffed down deep, and that as a need for us to kind of shed light upon them, illuminate them, heal them, to kind of in a way reclaim your power. Okay, and then I'm seeing the Six of Swords at the bottom, and the Six of Swords is like this card of like smooth transition away from this energy. So with your dreams, it's like your spirit is trying to help you to transition past whatever is in this moon energy for you that is tied to your past, right? To learn how to move past it, to let it go, to move on from it. Because with the moon, this is spirit saying here, you still have this within your energy, whether it is something from childhood, whether it is maybe even for some of you, something that's affecting your level of confidence subconsciously, right? Your ability to manifest or to move towards the things that you really want to create for yourself, right? You can have those subconscious blocks that have been happening since childhood, or maybe even for some of you, memories of a past partner that maybe was something that didn't work out, right? And maybe there is subconsciously, there is this longing or missing someone, especially for those of you that have dreams about exes. And the Six of Swords is really trying to help you to let it go, to be able to move on, you know, from that person, so that you can kind of, in a way, reclaim your energy, pull back your energy, pull back your power, and focus on you, focus on your life moving forward versus the past, right? So it's trying to help you to, in a way, clear this energy from you, right? Or encouraging you in a sense to bring about an ending here to letting or cutting ties with the person that you may have connected to in the past, or even childhood stuff, right? That you're needing to be able to heal and move on from. And I'm noticing that even in this home card here, this beaver looks like he's gnawed through two of these little, I don't even know what, I was going to say wands, because it reminds me of the Four of Wands. These little tree limbs here, right? So that to me doesn't look like this is something super stable, right? It looks like they're almost going to just tip over because of that weakness that's in the center there. So maybe for some of you, it is maybe childhoods that weren't so great. Maybe they weren't the most stable growing up, right? And so maybe that can be a need for you to really work on digging deep into those feelings and those emotions. And those can even be things that are kind of showing up in your present life, right? Especially if you have kind of situations that happen during childhood and you're noticing how that is kind of manifesting into your adult life, right? Subconsciously, this is something that's here. So maybe there is unstable energy surrounding that, and that is something that Spirit is wanting or trying to help you, to give you these message to try to release, you know, whatever this is, to move past it. Some of you with the Nine of Wands, it could be feeling very wounded, very hurt, right? So in a way, it's kind of trying to help you to rebalance your own energy, to be able to kind of transition away from it, to move on from it, and create some type of ending that's going to help you with personal transformation here. Okay, so I'm going to leave this here for you. Pile number 2. I do hope this was helpful for you guys, and I will see you in the next reading. Hi, pile 3. So those of you that resonated with this giveaway card, this is going to be a reading. So we're finding out today what messages your dreams are trying to give to you. So we've got your card here. Okay, so we have soul retrieval with reclamation. We have the vulture spirit with nothing is wasted. We have wise one, and it says grow within your current situation. We have renewal. Authenticity, individual, unique, and also self-love. We have the hawk and thistle with graceful persistence. We also have the desert prince with survival and false promises. And then we also have green Tara with salvation. Okay. So I feel like we are, like I did for the other piles, I want to start off with this main message that we've pulled for you. And this is from the Mystical Shaman Oracle. So we're going to talk about this message first before we get into the rest here. And it says, the giveaway is the gift you offer to life without attachment, without expecting anything back. You can only give what is truly yours, a smile, a nod of encouragement, a gentle touch, and a kind word. This is not giving to others what you no longer want, like the sweater that no longer fits, but gifting that which is most precious, your authentic love and genuine feelings. The invitation says, make a list of 10 people and things for which you are grateful. Connect with the feeling of gratitude. The giveaway comes to ask you to feel the same gratitude without needing anything or anyone to inspire it, and to share this gratitude with those you meet. As you offer thanks, your heart opens and you start realizing how much life has given you. You heal your feelings of scarcity and open yourself to the abundance that surrounds you. The giveaway invites you to be in the flow of life as you give freely and receive freely. The medicine for this card says it is difficult for you to set limits on how much of yourself to give. If you give more than is healthy, then you will not be able to give for long. You'll feel resentful with your partner or associates, or feel like the world owes you something in return. Notice if you give for any reason other than pure generosity. Are you trying to be liked or accepted? Are you hoping to heal an old wound? Start giving to yourself first and foremost. Offer yourself the care, the love, the time, and the acceptance that you are longing for. Once you experience plenty, then you can truly give to others. Okay, so that is a really beautiful message that I'm seeing here with that. Now, looking at the rest of this energy here, it's kind of giving me, in a sense, that you could potentially be going through something in your life that is a little challenging, because I'm seeing here survival with false promises, grow within your current situation, but I'm also seeing nothing is wasted. So this makes me feel like some of you may find yourself in a very challenging situation, but in a way, this is Spirit saying that, or, you know, it could be something that you're going through right now, or even something that you went through in the past that hasn't been cleared yet. So in a way, the nothing and wasted to me is kind of symbolic of Spirit saying that the things that you have gone through in the past, although they may be some things that have been very challenging or very painful, that they were all things that may have been happening for your soul's growth. And sometimes we can feel the complete opposite of that, where we feel like, why is life doing this to me? Why am I in this position? Why do I feel like this? You know, whether that is feeling a lot of pain, you know, feeling depression, feeling a lot of anxiety, feeling stuck, feeling stagnant. But to me, it's kind of like everything that is kind of happening for you in life right now, that it is not without purpose. And sometimes that is hard for us to see when we are in the midst of going through something that's difficult. So some of you may feel like you're kind of stuck in survival mode, right? Or there are false promises, meaning that if you've placed your happiness, let's just say, into another person, right? And saying that, oh, this was going to make me happy, or I expect this person to do this for me, or this person, you know, to do X, Y, Z, or that I expected this job to bring me happiness or fulfillment, right? So in a way, I feel like this is Spirit kind of like encouraging you in a way to find yourself again, I feel like, in all of this, because you do have soul retrieval here with reclamation. So there could be certain things that your dreams are trying to indicate to you that, you know, you could be having dreams that really stress you out, or make you feel anxious, or make you feel afraid, or, you know, maybe feeling like you're being chased, or you're running, or, you know, many different things that you're kind of going through in your dreams. Some of you, it could even be that if you're around somebody, you know, who was kind of like leading you on in a sense, right? Or was it some type of illusion that you were keeping yourself in that spirit is trying to help you to see, right? Maybe some of you that are in challenging situations with friends or family members or even romantic partners, that this is spirit saying through your dreams, there's something to learn here. Okay? And sometimes we might not be seeing what that is. So there's a need for us to kind of take some time to understand that what we're going through may be, like I said, necessary for our soul's growth, but it's also wanting you to be able to kind of free yourself, right, from that energy and to find renewal within the self. And it could be that you're, for some of you, giving your power away, right, to another person, or keeping yourself stuck in an illusion with maybe with someone who is giving you false promises. Okay? Or you could be maybe even stuck in a sense where you are maybe stuck in a mindset of things not working out for you, or things just not coming together, things not happening. So with the salvation here, to me, this is about you being able to kind of free yourself. Okay? Which I'm kind of seeing in this soul retrieval here, that you are kind of reclaiming your power, your own energy, and learning whatever it is that you're needing to learn with whatever it is coming through in the dreams, right? Like if you're dreaming about an ex-partner, you're dreaming about a current partner, you're dreaming about a friend, you're dreaming about a family member with some type of situation that's kind of going on here. So I feel like it's about you. Maybe there's a need for you to focus on self-love, right? Maybe you're finding salvation in being able to focus on you. I feel like maybe for some of you that struggle with authenticity or struggle with autonomy, can be something there as well. And being able to, I'm seeing, kind of see the bigger picture of things, and being able to kind of understand that whatever it is that you're going through at this time, that you can grow, you can evolve, you can learn. Spirit kind of providing confirmation to you that maybe for some of you, things are playing out for a reason, right? Things are happening the way they're happening for you, not to you. Okay? And that you can find renewal within the self. Okay? Find renewal within the self. And to me, the graceful persistence is that if you are in situations, and this kind of gives me like ancestor energy here with the wise one, that your ancestors could be trying to connect with you through the dream state to give you some type of wisdom and knowledge to kind of help to encourage you to move past whatever that situation is, right? To let you know that life is not trying to defeat you and knock you down, but more or less help you to become a stronger, better version of self. Okay? So I'm definitely seeing a lot of healing, a lot of release here for you. And to me, it's also about you finding happiness, right? Spirit trying to help you, to lead you on the path of finding happiness. And maybe for some of you with the soul retrieval, it's kind of in a way reclaiming all of those lost and fragmented bits and pieces of self. Like this card is talking about the giveaway. Some of you may not know when to stop giving and giving and giving, or it could be the complete opposite, in which you have been someone who was taking and taking and taking and not creating that balance. Okay? And that may have even, especially for those of you that were taking from others, that could have even been something that you have done for survival, right? To make sure that you were stable, you were grounded, and you felt complete and whole. But really, I feel like Spirit's trying to encourage you to reclaim those lost bits and pieces of self that you may have lost from experiences from your past that you've not been able to fully heal, right? Because that salvation to me kind of aligns with that energy of renewal. Number 20 is the Judgment card in the tarot. It is us basically doing life review, karma review. What have we learned, right, from these experiences? And this could be helping you to kind of clear this energy so that you can reclaim those lost bits and pieces of self from those past situations, right, that have in a way a hold on you from your past, right? And the wise one to me coming through is maybe your ancestors, maybe passed on loved ones that are trying to show you, learn with whatever this is. What are you learning from the current place that you're in right now? Okay, so let's look at your tarot here. And maybe for some of you, as you reclaim these lost bits and pieces of self and find renewal within the self and learn, right, the lessons, that you find yourself again, right? You restore order, you restore balance within the self, and through you know, being yourself, being in your authenticity, okay? And be something truly beautiful, right? Moving past the difficulties, moving past the challenges. Okay, so let's see. What messages are your dreams trying to give to you? Pile number 3. We have the Page of Cups. Okay, so I'm seeing this as a message of self-love. Okay, definitely a message of self-love here. Filling your own cup. Look how she's got that teapot kind of like strapped to her head, where that little drip that's coming off the cup is in her hands. Okay. Healing. Healing. Self-healing. What messages are your dreams trying to give to you? Pile 3. What messages are your dreams trying to give to you? Temperance. Healing. Okay. Balance. Also being patient with yourself as you're kind of restoring this balance within you. What messages are your dreams trying to give to you? Maybe healing is something very significant for you, right? Some of you may feel a lot of emptiness, a lot of void, maybe feeling lost. And it's like Spirit's trying to encourage you to learn, like I said, learn, see what lessons you've learned from these experiences that you've gone through, so that those things that have happened to you or that you've gone through, the experiences that you've had, are no longer having a hold on you. Okay? You're reclaiming self here. We've got the Knight of Wands. And look at how this Knight of Wands is looking backwards, right? Instead of forward on his horse with his wand, he's looking backwards. To me, this is like, in a way, Spirit saying there's something from your past that is holding you from your power. And it's time for you to reclaim your energy. Okay? What messages are your dreams trying to give to you? Pile number 3. We have the 7 of Wands. Okay. 7 of Wands energy is about perseverance. It is about boundaries and learning how to, I feel like, stand up for yourself as well, you know, especially if you are, I'm definitely getting this energy of not backing down, not giving up, right? Even with life's challenges that you might face. The 8 of Pentacles is a card of self-mastery. It is putting commitment, dedication, focus towards us learning how to master ourself. Okay? Ourself. All about us. Not holding on or letting other situations hold on to us, but that you are finding this complete and powerful transformation, reclaiming your source of energy, your spiritual energy, with the Knight of Wands here, and focusing that energy directed towards self, for self-healing, right? Being able to kind of move past these things so that you're kind of restoring balance, I feel like, within yourself, within your soul, okay? Reclaiming the lost parts of yourself and really putting in a lot of this effort, right? And then we have the Sun at the bottom. The Sun is an energy of vitality and of abundance and is spiritual enlightenment, right? So as we learn, whatever these lessons are that you're learning here, as you are able to kind of get past them and release them, there is insight that is gained. There is awareness, right? A different perspective and different way of looking at things. And the Sun is a beautiful energy of power and of confidence and of growth and of manifestation. And this is also something that will radiate outwards once you have reclaimed, in a sense, this power, your energy, right? And really start to commit yourself to bringing about renewal for you, right? Like I said, taking time to fill your own cup, okay? Creating more balance, I'm definitely feeling like, within your life, healing. And this can, as a result of that, can also help you to, you know, create more stability, more balance, more harmony within the self, and also radiate that energy outwards so that you then begin to experience a more balanced reality versus maybe the challenging situations that maybe for some of you kind of happen over and over and over again, right? There's a need to change maybe even what you've always done that hasn't gotten you the results that you're really wanting, but for you to kind of just sit with it and say, okay, what am I learning from this? Why do I keep repeating the same pattern of behavior, right? How can I grow through this? How can I evolve? How can I learn, right? So that's kind of what I'm seeing here for you. Restoring your power, your confidence within the self, right? Reclaiming your power completely and not allowing it to be held back by things from your past. Okay? So I'm going to leave this here for you. Pile number 3. I do hope this was helpful for you guys, and I will see you in the next reading.